Here's the reality. One of the biggest drivers of our yearly deficit and growing national debt, $23 trillion in building, is Obamacare. Health and Human Services budget is exploding every year. And guess who's paying for it? Joining me now from Hastings, Nebraska, co-founder and chief strategist of GDP Advisors, Seth Denson. Seth, the headline in the Washington Times caught my eye, and it was effectively Bernie Sanders' plans, whether it's his Medicare for all plan or his free college for all plan or wiping out the student loan debt plan or what have you. It said, the headline said, may add to the annual deficit. I'm thinking to myself, may? Is there any doubt? Did you go to college, whoever wrote that headline? Do you know anything about economics? It's going to explode the deficit and the debt.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Listen, if you understand that the federal government right now, which operates in a deficit, takes in roughly $3.2 trillion, $3.4 trillion in taxable revenues, and then under what Senator Sanders is proposing, plans to give away close to 6 to 7, even in some cases estimated $10 trillion of stuff. Sorry, people lie, numbers don't. And the numbers tell us that there's going to be a deficit.
Figures lie and liars figure. Absolutely. And there's only one way to, quote, pay for this, and that's either, or probably a combination, right, of taxing Americans more or more debt. You're going to have to go into debt as a country more, and eventually at some point we're going to have to pay the piper, right?
That's exactly right, and that's generational debt. I mean, let's be real. You're not going to be able to tax enough to even pay for a fraction of what some of these more progressive candidates are proposing. You're actually now taxing our great-grandchildren to pay for it, and that's assuming that those things only last in a short window of time.
And this is the irony that Bernie Sanders attracts a lot of younger voters, maybe college age or just out of college. These are the people. It's not going to be us, Seth. Those are the people that are going to be paying for this huge amount of debt if they support somebody like that. Now, we are a consumer-driven society, right? I mean, let's face it. And so when we measure things like consumer confidence, it's an important reading. Certainly not only the singular reading for a huge economy like ours, but consumer confidence is very, very important. And right now, consumer confidence is flying high.
It is. I mean, and that's a testament to what I think the administration is doing, how the economy is doing. At the end of the day, while we look at Wall Street a lot of times and we try to make an understanding of the overall economic performance, the reality it's the everyday citizen who's out there investing and saving and spending and doing it wisely. Debt is down, spending is at a good place, confidence is up, the economy is soaring, and we're in a good place.
Yeah, and if you happen to own a home right now, values are up. There's a lot of positive economic signs right now, and going into an election in November for an incumbent president, that's not a bad thing. Seth, thanks.